The 2016 theme for Holston Annual Conference is Bless. Bishop Dindy Taylor says, bless is a verb, an action word. How is your church specifically involved in its community and in the world to bless in the name of Jesus? The Next Step Ministry is a church vitality consulting ministry that assists churches to seek God's direction for unique ministries in their specific location. Consultants Vic Dingus and Jim Goddard have worked with more than 250 churches across the Southeast jurisdiction, assisting them to find God's direction for their church. The Next Step Ministry asks 4 critical questions. Who are you? What is your purpose? Who is your neighbor? And what is your next step in ministry?
Next Steps really got us thinking about our unique history as a congregation here in the community. How our church was started out in a school, and we still have a lot of educators in our congregation today, and so our unique connection with the schools here in the community. And also just the unique place that our church has physically on a hill that overlooks downtown Canton. And when people talk about our church, they'll say, oh, the church up on the hill, and they kind of know what we're talking about. And so we turned our vision, by looking with Next Steps about some of our demographics around us and what we're already doing and what God may be calling us to do. We took our vision from being just a vision statement to being more of a visual kind of statement, an actual vision where when you drive in a town, you look up and you see the hill and you see our church, overlooking the town. And our new vision statement is come up the hill to be nourished, leave equipped to feed our neighbors.
I'm Jack Craig. I go to the Mulberry United Methodist Church, and we're located about 1 mile north of the Georgia state line. We have an attendance of an average of 25 people right now. We decided that we would start a noon luncheon for probably more for the senior citizens that possibly couldn't get out or for, association. Very good, I think. For the first one, we had 3 senior citizens come, and the last one we had 4 more to come. So we're getting pretty good attendance for that. The one lady is 100 years old, and she said this is very, very good for her. She gets to associate and fellowship with someone. I think it encouraged us to work in the community, to involve more people in the congregation and then the community together, to work together.
Very, very recently, I have a group of fellas who agreed to come together and pause to pray at the same time about our Next Step ministries, our Next Step team, and our church. And I believe we're seeing a growing edge in our church, and that growing edge is in the place of prayer and other wonderful things. And I am absolutely amazed by what God is doing for our church at Ashburn First.
As we seek to bless our communities, will you make the church ready to receive the new people? Will you make your church ready to receive the next people who are desperately ready to come in?